We can't take for granted the privilege and the opportunity that we have to enter into the presence of God.
Yeah. Hello. Welcome to the new World Wide Web for Christ. Today, we're going to talk about being in the presence of God. And I'm going to show you some rap videos of this particular guy named Young Bro. This guy's amazing. And he's going to hit you right in your heart. He's going to teach you a few things. And it's dope, man. So pay attention. This song is called Privilege. It's a privilege to be in the presence of God. And know this, we're constantly in the presence of God. He's inside us. He's living in us. So pay attention to this video, and then we'll talk about it, man. And enjoy.
We can't take for granted the privilege and the opportunity that we have to enter into the presence of God.
Yeah. Won't leave this posture of worship. It's a privilege. It's where the power's at, you feel me? Yo. Look, words from the king, words from the son of man. Forgiveness for your sins, cause the bloody lamb. I'ma run after the king like in my last day. He will pick you up, even if you lack faith. I just finished praying for my cousin John. And they say that he ain't smile like that in a while. He say you feel like empty words when he speak. And I say because of the power behind the word you release, you need the Holy Spirit. Spirit of holiness, lifting my hands to put all of my hope in it. Living on borrowed time, I'm feeling myself a truth. If you ain't obedient, any demons that step on you. Remember me at the circle whenever they body me. I'm running after Jesus, I depend on his sovereignty. All of these drugs and all that drink gon' take them down. Look at these women and all these killers you hang around. Spirit of suicide, it's home in the hood. You walking with Satan to have your soul in the mud. You can't be fit for the kingdom, boy. With all these excuses you make, you just refusing the faith. You just abusing his grace. There's a reason why you standing here. Not because these diamonds, not because all of this glamour here. No, wait. There's a purpose for your life, but it ain't about you though. Flames from heaven, and you can't go around them though. This position I'm in is a privilege for me. I'm down on my face cause my king lives today. I'm coming against all the hatred they bring, Lifting up Jesus, my soul is alive. I'm down on my face cause my king lives today. You told me to declare it, so I'ma speak it to him. And I'ma declare it cause you was bleeding for him. I can see the ocean in the sky crying out. I can see a lot of believers signing out. You're relating this love to what you see and how you feel inside. The Father saying let's eat, oh yeah it's dinner time. He the one that showed you that this limit where they living blind. Brought you out that prison mind, felt them like a billion times. How to see many people just trying to live. And how you gon' love them if you just isolated? You too busy trying to be nominated to celebrate. I see the envy, but I just be busy meditating. How to see many people just trying to live. And how you gon' love them if you just isolated? You too busy trying to be nominated to celebrate. I see the envy, but I just be busy meditating. This position I'm in is a privilege for me. I'm down on my face cause my king lives today. I'm coming against all the hatred they bring, Lifting up Jesus, my soul is alive. I'm down on my face cause my king lives today.
There's nothing you and I can do to change who God is. We don't come to God on our terms. This is not a negotiating conference. This is not a God says, well, what would you like? Here's what I like. Let's go talk about it. He's God. And he's a holy, righteous God. And he's given us the privilege of not just coming and singing about him, but entering into his actual presence. But it starts by recognizing who this God is that invites us in. And the awesome privilege that we have. Awesome privilege that we have.
Oh my God, that guy is so amazing. I first met Young Bro. Actually, he was the very first rapper that I heard, a gospel rapper that I ever heard, or he was like the very first one. And he brought rap music back for me because I was a Benicio Vallejo kid, a Bay Area kid, and I grew up on Mac Dre and E40. And then once I became a Christian, that music disgusted me, man. And I know if you're a rap fan, you know what I'm talking about. They're always talking about, pimping women, selling dope, pulling licks, all of that stuff that once you find God, it disgusts you. And if it doesn't, you might want to take a look at your belief system, because it's disgusting. Anyways, this dude right here brought it back for me, man, because I had just wrote it off, man. I started listening to country music, and this dude brought it back. Anyways, I want to talk about some of the verses that he has said in there. Now, I think it's important because he says a couple of key phrases that if you don't know the Bible at all, or the history of what happened, you'll be like, what does he mean by that? So I like to do a brief overview. I mean, I'm going to run through this. And there's lots of stuff I'm not going to talk about. And there's lots of stuff, we're just missing a whole bunch of things. But this will give you some sort of an idea of what's happening. Okay. You have the Bible. Okay. There's 66 books in the Bible. Okay. Now, each book has a name. Okay. And the first half of the book, all the way up into the New Testament, which is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and then Acts, and then all the letters from Paul, Romans, Ephesians, Corinthians, all the way to Revelations. Okay, so Old Testament and New Testament. Within 66 books, there's 66 books altogether, but those 66 are broken into two. Now the New Testament is smaller, and the Old Testament is really big. But let's talk about the Old Testament, okay? It's basically an agreement. It's a covenant. It's an agreement between man and God. Now, I really don't want to talk to you a whole bunch about what happened, but if you're familiar, okay, we'll do it like this, all right? Moses. I'm sure you heard of the name Moses, okay? Moses was a guy who was in the presence of God. God pulled him out and said, hey, look, you're gonna teach these people the 10 Commandments. I'm gonna give you all of this information. I'm gonna teach you how to build the temple. I'm gonna teach you how these people how to worship me. I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know so the Jews can be my people, and then they can teach the rest of the world, or this is how it's gonna be. Well, let's just say in a nutshell, they messed it up. They started idolizing other gods, particularly this one called Baal. I can't remember. I think it's both. There's one that's called Baal and then Baal. Anyways, not important, because when I say idolize a god, that means that could be anything. I'm talking, you could idolize money, which means you worship. When I say idolize, you're worshiping something. Money, your cars, dope, women, whatever it is, man. That's idolizing something. So the Jews kept doing this. Okay, and this is, mind you, this is after God pulled many miracles while they were alive. I mean, I'm talking about parting the sea, cracking rocks to make water so they can